Okay, for this project, you're going to be creating vocab art, um, vocab word art. Okay, so below is a list of vocabulary words that we often use in networking. For this assignment, you're going to create 3 word art pictures using these vocabulary words. So you can choose any of these words that you like. It doesn't matter. You're going to see this YouTube video for specific instructions. So I'm going to kind of go through this and walk through. So I'm going to pick one of these. I'm actually going to pick infrared or IR right there. Okay, so the first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to open up Adobe Illustrator. So you go to the Start menu, All Programs, then you're going to go to Adobe Design, and you don't want to choose the 64-bit version. So we want to choose Adobe Illustrator CS6, the non-64-bit version. So I'll choose that one, open it up. I actually already have it open. Then I'm going to go File, New, and I'm going to create a new document. I'm going to change the units here to inches, and I'm going to make this 11 inches wide by 8.5 inches high. So it's really important that you change the units to inches, so we have 11 inches right there, and then the height is 8.5 inches. And then I'm going to click OK. All right, for the next step, we want to write down in the middle of this the word that we're going to use. And we're actually going to open this up right over here so we see layers. If you don't happen to see layers, like if layers is gone, you are looking over here, you don't see layers, you can just go to Window, Layers, see it, and then you can like pin it over here if you want to. Okay, so the word that I decided to choose was infrared, IR. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that word. Come in here, click on the text tool, go ahead and click the text, and paste that. Now that I have this pasted, I want to make this centered. So I'm going to click Align Center. I'm going to hit Control minus minus to kind of zoom out. And I'm actually going to change this size to like 120. I'm going to make this really pretty big. Infrared. And there we go. So that looks pretty good. Now I kind of want to just move this so that it's kind of centered. Kind of like that. Okay, and I want to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this text right here, and I'm going to go to Window, Stroke. I'm going to find Stroke. Now, Stroke's already open for me, but if it wasn't open for you, it's open right there. I'm going to change the stroke to 4, okay, and I want to change right down here the stroke color, make this black, and the fill color, which is this top one right there, I want to fill this with white. So I got infrared IR. All right. And then I actually don't like that font very much. You can go ahead and pick your own font if you want. So I really want the black, the white fill, black text. But if you don't like the, you can kind of go through these, find what one that you want. All right. So I kind of like that. That looks good. Now I'm going to hit enter here, and I want to have the definition. So where am I going to find the definition? Well, if attached to this Google Classroom assignment, there are a whole bunch of PDF files that have the test out lab sim kind of printed things of our vocab. So like infrared is right here, okay, and then the description is infrared uses invisible light waves for communication. So what I want to do is I want to pare this down to about 5 to 7 words, 10 words maximum, okay? We're looking more for like 8 words. Okay, so Bluetooth, Bluetooth uses radio waves in the 2.4 gigahertz frequency range for communication. You could just pare that down to Bluetooth uses radio waves for communication. Okay, perfect, right? 5 words, okay? Infrared uses invisible light for communication. I'll do visible light waves for communication. I actually think that that's good for me. Okay, 6, 7 words, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to open up, go back to my Illustrator, and I'm going to go ahead and type that in. Now that all isn't going to fit in here, so I'm going to need to make this smaller. I'm going to go ahead and change this to 48. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and type. Okay, infrared uses invisible light waves for communication. Now, obviously, this isn't all fitting on here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter there, and then I actually want to change the weight of this down to 2. So I got infrared IR. Infrared uses invisible light waves for communication. Perfect. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to create a new layer, layer 2, and I'm going to drag that all the way down, okay, and I'm going to lock layer 1. Layer 1 is the layer that has my text. You can tell that it has the text by me clicking the eye. I'm going to, in layer 2, I'm going to find an image on the internet that represents infrared, okay? So invisible light waves communication. So I'm just going to go, I want this to be fun graphics, okay? So you're going to go ahead and open up Google. I'm going to type in like light waves for infrared, right? Images. And I really want to find a really cool image. And I also want to find a good quality image. So here's how to find a good quality image. I go to search tools, size, do larger than, and do larger than 2 megapixels. Okay, so this will give us a bunch of cool things. So I think this one looks actually pretty cool right here. One of the problems though with this image, I'm not going to use it, is you notice right there it has kind of like a stamp right there. That's going to kind of mess up. I want this to look a little bit more professional. So if you find an image with like this stamp on it in weird spots, don't use that image. Same thing with this one. You notice there's a stamp right there. Now this one right here, look at that. There's waves, light. This is perfect for me, okay? So I'm going to click on View Image, okay? It might download it for you. That's okay. I want to open up the image. I can right-click on it and copy it. So right-click, copy. Come back over here to Illustrator, edit, paste. Okay, now that's going to be way too big, but that's okay. I'm going to hit Control minus 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 to zoom out. And then I'm going to click on this right here, the selection tool, hold down the shift key, and I want to just get this to kind of fit inside of here. Okay, make sure that you hold down the shift key when you're scaling. So even if the image doesn't fit perfectly into your box, that's okay. You can kind of see where the box is right there. So I'm just going to kind of have that. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that I can definitely read these words. Infrared IR, infrared uses invisible light waves for communication. So this seems perfect, okay? So now what I would do is I go File, Print, okay? I make sure that that looks exactly the way I want it to. It does. The printer that I'm going to select is the D114 printer. So I'm going to select the D114 printer right there, and I'm going to hit Print. Okay, so now what you need to do is you need to go over to D114, which is 2 classrooms over. There's a color printer in there. Grab the sheet that was just printed. You want to take that off, and then you're going to staple it to one of the bulletin boards in the classroom. So this was just one picture that I did. You're going to have to do a total of 3 pictures, okay? So this is one, okay? You need to do a total of 3. And again, you want to get your definition down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. We're looking at 7 words seems to be about right. 7 words is perfect. 10 words max, probably a little bit longer than 5 words. Where are you going to get these definitions from? Well, they're all going to be attached to this Google Classroom assignment as PDFs. I have like little sheets. Now, if you take a look at if we take a look at one of these sheets, like I'll take a look at this one. Okay, NFC enables communication between 2 devices that are in close proximity with each other. So that definition is too long. So you're going to need to cut that definition down to maybe NFC enables communication between 2 devices that are close to one another, close to each other. Okay, so NFC 1 enables 2 communication, 3 between two devices, that's 5 words, that are close to each other. So that'll break that down. So you want to take the definitions that are posted and condense them down into something that is easy to read, easy to understand, about 7 words. All right? You're going to complete a total of 3 of these word art things. You're going to print them out. You're going to hang them around the room. Once you're done with that, you're going to take a picture of your word art hanging in the classroom with either your phone, or if you don't have a phone, you can ask Mr. Reichelt for a camera, and he'll let you have one. You take a picture of your word art hanging in the room, and you post it to this Google Classroom assignment. Okay, let me know if you have any questions.